So back now to our discussion about the virtual world and the real world interacting. We spoke earlier about search friction being reduced and also geographic friction being reduced. Now I want to add one additional layer to this, and I want us to get us to think about goods and also information, and I'm going to relate them to those two concepts. So historically, way back when, before the virtual world of the internet came along, all markets were fairly local, meaning if we wanted products, jeans, diapers, whatever those things were. We wanted to watch movies, we had to go to local theaters. We wanted to buy product, we had to go to local stores. So the first thing that the internet has really done for us is it's opened up the possibilities of big markets, bringing people together from various parts of the country or even parts of the world, pooling them together into one big market and one big set of people that we can therefore serve as diapers.com, Yelp, or any other number of businesses. Now again, if we focus more specifically on content versus product, there's an interesting difference there depending on the location that you live in. So if you live in a small town, as I mentioned earlier, like Iowa City, the internet is a great liberator. The internet therefore offers a substitute or an alternative way for you to get goods that you might not otherwise be able to get. Let's imagine the nearest supermarket is 10 miles away. What you can do is you can go on to diapers.com and soap.com and have everything just delivered direct to the door. So the internet in a small town becomes a substitute for the lack of variety that you might have in your local market. Information's a little bit different. If you live in New York City, perhaps you need the internet less for purchasing things, but where the internet becomes very important for you is in the provision of information. So there's so much to do in New York City, it's very hard to keep track of it all. So you may need to have apps, you may need to have different websites explaining various plays, theaters, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, activities, comedy shows that you might want to avail yourself of. So in a big populous place, the internet becomes a complement for information. Okay, so just to recap those 2 points, the virtual world substitutes for the real world in very small places where we're somewhat starved for product, and the internet becomes a complement in larger places where we need to be able to figure out what we're going to do with our free time.